How you doing? And thanks for tuning in to the What the Hell podcast. This podcast is dedicated to those things that drive you nuts and annoy you, and just make you say, "What the hell?" Come on in. Let's get this thing started. What the hell? What the hell? What the hell? Oh man, what the hell? Welcome to another episode of What the Hell, all my What the Hellions. I am once again giving you a bonus because I'm joined by both brothers. TJ and Jason are with me here today. Say hello to the people.
Hello to the people.
There we go. Hello to the people. Housekeeping out of the way. Please rate, review, subscribe, like, comment, all that shit. Email me, whatthehellpodcast@yahoo.com. Twitter @WTH Podcast. TJ's got one @TJ Sporer. Jason, you got a Twitter?
I do not.
No, Jason is anti-tweeting. Nothing wrong with that.
Well, I don't have a Snapchat either, so we can't have people join my Snapchat either.
I don't either. I don't have Snapfuck or InstaChat.
So
Facebook.
So sorry. Well, I mean, you might actually be better off. Jesus.
True story.
100%.
True story. But yes, people, get out there. Come on, let's get some reviews and all that kind of shit. So we're gonna end the housekeeping on that note, just because Jason's has limited amount of time this evening. He's preparing for an anniversary trip. He's going to have fun. I won't out him on the podcast as to what it is, but he's going to have a good time. So it's all good.
So you half called me out.
Half. I only threw your bottom half under the bus.
Well, that's the worst half.
Well, I got to let you talk. So
that's the gross half.
Well, you said it, not me. I agree, but hey.
How do you know it's the gross half?
Because you just said so, and I believe you.
Oh, okay, good. I was kind of hoping you didn't have actual personal knowledge of that, because that's even more gross.
Ew.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I slap you for saying it.
Ah!
Today's podcast brought to you by whiskey. It's good stuff.
We're not even 5 minutes in. This shit's already off the fucking rails.
And
that's a terrible tagline. Whiskey, it's good shit.
You know what? Someone's going to use that. And I'm going to have to file copyright infringement.
See, it's the old Drew Carey bit. Is it what whiskey am I drinking? Whoever wants to pay him the most.
There you go.
I'll read that.
Then I'll read your tagline.
That's pretty good. I like that, actually.
I support that one.
I can support that. I resemble that remark. It's all good. All right. Well, today's topic, again, I give it away with the title, but hey, that makes you listen. Today's topic is streaming services. Now, everybody is fucking streaming something at some point. Right? This is the reality of the world. And if you're like me, you ditched cable for a while in favor of Netflix, let's say, back in the day. And you saved yourself a ton of money. But therein lies the problem, because it's not just Netflix anymore, is it, guys?
No.
Not so much.
Because all these companies saw what Netflix is doing and they went, I want some of that money.
Well, because all of them probably had their own exclusive content between some of the networks and everything else. So of course, instead of letting Netflix borrow all of their stuff or have to pay for all their stuff, they're like, why not just start up our own thing that we can charge and do whatever for?
Yeah, and that's the thing. And then when you look at it, like, wait, I want to watch this. Oh, that means I got to sign up for Hulu. Or, oh wait, I want to watch this. Now I got to sign up for HBO Max, or you name it. And then without even thinking it, because I'm sure most of us have that on like auto recurring, so it just charges the card. What you don't realize is you're spending more than you did on your fucking cable bill on streaming.
And
definitely possible.
To me, that's the most evil thing. And that's why I hate signing up for these services, and why I'm so stubborn and dig my heels in the ground and go, I don't want to. because you got to put your damn credit card in, and half the time I forget about it and I'm not using it, and it's like I wouldn't have paid for it, but it just auto charged and it's too late now.
It's like that gym membership everybody
Ah,
gets in
that-
January.
That's why I'm still paying for a Planet Fitness membership in Austintown, Ohio.
Yeah.
Exactly.
The best part, if you know, to sidebar just for a quick second. So that was funny too, because obviously moving out here, I researched into being able to cancel the membership. And if I remember correctly, there was something about that I have to send like an actual letter to the location itself and do so. And I'm like, why can't I just call them and go, I don't live here anymore?
Wait a minute. Wait, there's my. You mean you like actually have to sit down at a desk, find a pen and a piece of paper, and I wish I had background music, and write out, "Dear Planet Fitness, my name is Jason. I relocated 3/4 of the way across the country and will no longer be attending your facility."
I kid you, like I would have to, obviously like go on the site to review. The very quickly reviewing it to kind of skim over how to get rid of it, because I was like, okay, for $10 a month. I mean, okay, $10 a month isn't that bad, but I'm like, what? I mean, I wasn't even going there during the summer at home. So obviously I'm not going to go back now.
Right.
And if I kid you not, if when I researched it, there was something about, because I remember having that expression on my face reading it like, wait a minute, what the fuck do I have to do? I can't just like log into an account, go cancel and be done with it. I have to actually like interact with someone. No, I don't want to do that.
Like, when was the last time you fucking physically put a stamp on an envelope and mailed something?
When was that?
Exactly.
I believe it was when I wrote My Dear Clara back in 1890.
Thank you for calling Planet Fitness. My name's Bill. What can I help you with? Oh, you would like to cancel your membership? All right, sir. I just need a copy of your birth certificate, a blood sample, and your firstborn child.
Sounds about right.
That's what
So-
it seems like, right?
But yeah, I mean, it kind of that kind of encompasses the thing about, as opposed to canceling cable, like it was just for things you forget about as far as being automated for taking things out of your accounts. And I'm like, oh yeah, that's right.
It's the devil to me. I hate it.
I know.
Because you don't think about it, and then you don't realize, like, the beauty is, I mean, think about like all the benefits that the internet has given us. Like, like when our parents would go to buy a car, the credit score thing was a mystery. You didn't know what it was. You had no clue. And you walked in there
With your fingers crossed.
Oh, yeah.
You're praying, you're praying on the way there, like, please let this work. Please let this work. You walk in, the salespeople know they got you bent over a barrel already. And they're gonna go out to this mysterious thing and call and get your credit report somehow, and come back and realize that you didn't pay for lunch on the 4th day of 3rd grade.
Yep, pretty much.
And nowadays you can get your credit score. And I mean, remember when you had to probably not, none of us really did it. Remember when you had to actually balance the checkbook so you know how much money you really had?
I do remember
very true.
I do remember mom and dad doing that, but by the time I got a bank account, they were already doing online stuff. So that was pretty
And they
cool.
had these wonderful machines called ATMs,
Where you pay for your own money.
right? And then even more so, remember, again, this goes back. Remember when you actually had to fucking have a high enough credit rating to have a debit card?
I still could never wrap my mind around that.
I was like, I thought it was the greatest invention ever. Like, yeah, but you got to qualify. I got to qualify to get my own fucking money?
You're telling me I got to qualify to let you hold my money?
I was like, come on. So like like the age of the internet is a beautiful thing. You can find out all kinds of information. So one day the reason we went off on that tangent was, you can pull up an app on your phone. You don't even have to go to the computer anymore and go, hey, I've got enough money, I can treat myself to dinner, not realizing that at midnight all of your streaming service subscriptions are going to come out, and you wake up the next morning and you're $100 overdrawn.
Well, there's that, but it's like, for me, it's always like when I check my account and I look at it and I go, I feel like that number should be bigger. Let me look at these transactions. And then there are two types of way this goes. And I'll give you an example from yesterday. I was like, I feel like there should be more. I checked the transactions. I'm an avid video gamer. My $15 a month subscription to Microsoft Game Pass came out yesterday without me realizing it. But I was like, oh, I use that, so I'm not that worried about it. It's the stuff I don't use, the stuff I forget I signed up for because I wanted to watch just maybe one thing, and I watched it and just didn't think about it again, that I look at it and I go, son of a bitch.
Oh
50,
yeah.
$50 later, you're gone. And that's and see, that's like Jason was saying earlier, that's how they get you, because it's like, oh, I want to watch this, but it's only available over here. Like I had no intention of signing up for HBO Max until, Zack Snyder decided to put out a 4-hour cut of Justice League. And I'm like, well, it can't be any worse than the original was. I'll sign up for it for 30 days. And then it was like, well, I got to watch Game of Thrones now because everyone says I have to watch Game of Thrones. And here we are. I still have HBO Max.
Oh, yeah. Well, it's kind of funny how all of that ties in too, because even TJ talking about being an avid gamer, where you go, like, it almost reminds you of game system exclusives.
Oh yeah, like,
go,
100%.
I will give you a perfect example. Not more than half an hour ago, maybe not even a half an hour ago, I had there was some of the notifications coming through about the PlayStation presentation about this, that, or the other thing.
oh yeah, the new Spider-Man game.
So, and I'm watching it, and I'm going, yeah, that's pretty cool. And, oh yeah, that's pretty cool. And by the time I'm done, I'm like, motherfucker, I got to buy a PlayStation 5 now.
Yep.
Exactly.
Good luck getting your hands on one, but yep.
Like I can tell you specifically the exact moment, because they were doing their thing. Like the Spider-Man game, like the original, obviously they're doing the sequel, but the original, fucking fantastic. Looks awesome. Never played it, but looks fucking awesome.
Oh,
I've
it's
heard
on
good things.
it's on my to-do list.
God of War, have always been a big fan, but that was always an exclusive, and now they've got the other one coming out. But the one that got me
Wolverine.
There you go.
They're the same studio that made the Spider-Man games is making a Wolverine game.
Oh,
So
God,
exactly.
see, you just blew my mind. Hold
It's
on.
going to be fucking phenomenal.
Oh,
I
yeah,
hadn't
so
even heard that. All I watched was the little teaser trailer for the new Spider-Man. I don't even have a fucking PS anything.
Oh yeah, no, I'm watching it going, because I had at least looked into potentially getting like another Xbox. I've got the one previous to the new one. I can't remember series or whatever the hell.
Xbox One.
The 360 the 360 series Xbox 123 180 whatever the hell it is. I don't remember.
Call of Duty Shoot a Man Edition.
That sounds about right. So I mean, I had looked into the new one. Like, oh, okay, well, yeah, it's just as much of a shortage as the PlayStation. And so, of course, at the end of all those presentations, I'm going, well, maybe it's a good thing I hadn't found the new Xbox yet, because now I don't want one.
Yeah.
Like exclusively just for like that Wolverine game. I'm like, okay, I'm in. It was a teaser. It's like, they don't even show his face. They don't show any gameplay. They don't show any gameplay.
Now I have to go just watch that just to see it, because I'm a ridiculous Wolverine fan.
Well, it goes by like, to me, it kind of goes by like, obviously the studio and everything else, because it's the same studio who did those two Spider-Man games. So it's like, okay, that's a pretty solid track record. So,
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
See, that's how they get you, is teasing this game. They ain't going to come out for 18 months, but you're ready right now.
Well, and again, I mean, it does tie into what you're talking about with the streaming services. I mean, for every specific one, there's something you can call out to go, oh yeah, that's there. Okay, so like Hulu, Handmaid's Tale. Everybody talks about Handmaid's Tale.
Right.
You go to Netflix, Stranger Things. You go to this one, it's that. You go to this. So
Apple TV, Ted Lasso, which I'm still refusing to sign up for, even though I want to watch it so damn bad because I heard nothing but good things about it.
I've heard the same thing.
I've got it because they gave me a free year when I bought my iPhone 12 last year, and now T-Mobile wants to give me another free year of Apple TV, so I'll take that. I already get Netflix free through T-Mobile, thank God. But I hear the same thing about Ted Lasso about how amazingly good it is. That Apple TV, that Jason Momoa show, See, where they're all blind.
Yeah.
Season 1 was pretty badass. I won't lie to you. But like you're saying, right? There's something that you can't get anywhere else. And then the ones that what they wind up doing is they wind up rotating the other popular shit between the other services. Like it's on Netflix for this long, and then it rolls over and it's on Amazon Prime. And then after that, it's going to go over here. And then after that, it may come back to Netflix before going to Hulu or whatever. And so it's like, maybe I want to watch, whatever film series. Like I want to watch the Chris Nolan Batman trilogy, right? Well, was it on? No, it's not. DC Universe doesn't exist anymore. So is that on HBO now, or is it or HBO Max? Or what? Where the fuck is this thing? And it changes like every fucking week.
Well, there was another one too that so even with like when HBO Max came out, so obviously when that came out, that was supposed to replace HBO Now,
right?
So, but if you didn't have it through, like they didn't have it through the Amazon Fire Stick yet because they hadn't reached an agreement, and it wasn't on Roku TV and it wasn't here. But if you had the app, HBO automatically canceled you out of the HBO Now app and switched it to HBO Max. But if you didn't have a way if you didn't automatically know how you logged in, like if you logged in through a Prime Video channel as opposed to actually having an account or whatever. So right. I'm staring at my phone, and Mom and Dad had HBO Now. So, I borrowed it here and there because, I'm a fan of Game of Thrones, like stuff like that. And the one day I'm like looking at it, and all of a sudden I'm like, wait a minute, why is that app automatically switched itself to HBO Max? But then I couldn't log in because I think Dad had done it through like a Prime Video channel. And I'm going, what the? So you just automatically gave me a new app that I can't log into. So it like boggles the mind. Like, wait a minute. So nobody had a plan to kind of go, well, if this happens, let's do this. If this happens, let's do this. No, let's just switch everything on your phone and go, fuck you.
Yeah. And then there's the backdoor deals on top of that. Right. So like you've got the whole HBO Max and all that kind of stuff, but then there's the backdoor deals where it's like, hey, this is only going to be good here, or we're not gonna like I've got a relatively new smart TV. I've got a button for Netflix on my remote. I've got a button for Amazon Prime on my remote. I downloaded Disney Plus. Can I put HBO Max on that TV as an app? Fuck no.
Oh, I have the same thing. So mine has that Samsung Web OS or whatever it is.
Yeah.
So it was the same thing because you can access everything. I can access YouTube and Hulu and Netflix and even Spotify, but nope, can't have HBO Max on that.
Yeah, mine's an LG, same thing, exact same thing.
I went back to actually having an Amazon Fire Stick specifically because it was like, okay, I can't like get to everything on one remote. I'm lazy. I don't want to have to pick up another remote.
So before all this happened, we were in what I like to call the sweet spot, and the sweet spot will never exist again because of obvious reasons, where there was a brief time where cable, I mean, it's obviously dropped off, but it was still had much more of a market share. But then there was Netflix for like movies, past TV series, and like comedy specials. And then you had Hulu with all the current TV on it. Those were the best times because it was one or the other, Netflix, Hulu. If Netflix didn't have it, chances are Hulu had it, vice versa. Whereas now, like you guys were saying, you never know where anything's going to wind up. Half the time I have to Google something to see if it's where the hell it is.
Oh yeah. And then the exact same thing. Yeah.
And then you got to go, wait, do I even have that still? You're like, do I still pay for that? Do I have that service? And to Jason's point earlier about like the games that are specific to a certain platform, like God of War. By the way, there's a fucking game that should have been made a movie 10 years ago. By the way.
Oh yeah.
That's the one thing I think they could actually get right is a God of War video game movie. Anyway, but then there's again, like you hear about all this good shit that comes out, and then let's not forget when it bounces from one platform to another. So Cobra Kai, as an example, started off as a YouTube series.
Oh yeah, was that like YouTube Red or whatever the hell it was?
Yeah, and then it gains ridiculous popularity as it should. It's pretty darn good, and for whatever reason now it's Netflix exclusive. Lucifer, which was on what, Fox, right?
That was yep.
CW or Fox, one of the two. They decide they don't want any more. Netflix scoops it up, which I was actually surprised at how much I liked that show, by the way.
I was a fan when it was on Fox. I mean, when it carried over, no, obviously I already had Netflix at the time. So it was like, oh, okay, this is pretty cool. But no, I can see the exact same thing where you're kind of like, wait a minute. Okay, so wait, this is on this and that's on that. And what? So even with like, you kind of get that false sense of security kind of thing, depending on the streaming service. So like, let's go back to HBO Max. Like one of the things when I first signed up for it, because I have my own account, but when I first signed up for it, it was like, okay, well, there were past series that I really like. Obviously, I mentioned I like Game of Thrones. There's stuff that's come up that sounds good, but they also they tied in with like, what was it, Turner Classic Movies. They tied in with Adult Swim. They tied in with like DC and like some of the other stuff. So I'm like, oh, okay, well, here's another plug. I'm a Rick and Morty fan.
Okay.
So I thought, okay, well, they're tied in with Adult Swim. Well, no. That's not for new episodes coming out. Like, wait a minute. So being, Rick and Morty fan, I'm like, okay, so watch that. But okay, so I have HBO Max. That's tied to Adult Swim, which runs Rick and Morty. But no, I got to go to Prime Video and buy the season because that's showing new episodes when HBO Max isn't, because maybe they're showing the old. Wait a minute. What the fuck am I paying for like this as opposed to that for when I still had to go to Amazon to like buy, quote unquote, buy the season.
Right.
But
So yeah, it goes exactly back to like that thing of going, wait a minute. Okay, so this is supposed to be here, but I actually have to pay for it over here to watch it here. And yeah, after a while, you almost get like that vertigo thing going where you like stand up from like watching something on the TV and go, oh well, wait a minute, I'm going to fall on the floor now.
I agree.
It's no different. All you have to do is look at when UFC and ESPN signed that deal. And now, in order to order a UFC pay-per-view, you have to sign up for ESPN Plus just for the opportunity to pay for said UFC pay-per-view. And the second that happened is the second I said the UFC will never see another fucking dime of my money.
Yeah, like everybody to watch the McGregor's return, and it's like, wait a minute, this is impossibly hard.
Well, and then these companies sitting there going, I don't know why everybody pirates our stuff, and it's like, gee, I fucking wonder.
Oh God, why anybody would actually pay to watch his return, I have no idea.
Because he's entertaining, whether you love him or hate him, he's fucking entertaining.
He's a sack of shit.
True story.
Agreed.
True story, but it's fun to watch him.
Well, the thing that gets me about him is all he does is make excuses when he loses.
Oh yeah, of course.
Oh, for sure.
Well, my whole thing. Okay, so I mean, even if you want to go, okay. So another quick sidebar. Sorry. But like, okay, so when they do the whole thing about like him being so entertaining, okay, fine. Depending on whatever. Yeah. But when you start putting him into like conversations about being like the greatest of all time, you're like, no.
Time the fuck out. Yeah.
No.
He has never defended a belt.
Yeah.
Well, and people could sit there and be like, he's entertaining. He was entertaining in his prime.
Right.
If you look at his last like press conference before the fight, that wasn't the old Conor McGregor. That was a shell of Conor McGregor.
Oh, for sure.
Oh, yeah.
And now he's eating loss after loss after loss after loss. Like, dude, you're Ronda Rousey just with a penis.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
And that's exactly it, right? Everyone talked about Rousey until that point where they got their ass kicked and they can't recover.
Yeah, then Holly Holm just fucked her confidence all up, and it was over.
Yeah,
oh, that was honestly like, that was one of those moments where you kind of go like somebody truly just sucking up their own hype.
Yep.
Like, oh, she was always mean mugging. She wouldn't like touch gloves or anything. Whatever. She loses once, and all of a sudden she's crying on Ellen about, oh, I wasn't sure that I was worth anymore because of. I'm like, you lost once.
Yeah, once.
It's like that happens to pretty much everybody. And
look at the greats. Look at Randy Couture and Chuck Liddell, who lost several times and still came back up and got a belt and probably stayed longer than they should have.
Well, Liddell's still out there fighting, which I hate.
Liddell needs to retire.
Like, dude,
I'm sorry, he's a badass. I wouldn't fight him, but he needs to retire.
Well, that iron jaw is now glass.
Oh, God,
dude,
yeah.
that fucking wild haymaker that Rampage Jackson nailed him with, where he just fell over dead.
Oh, that broke my heart.
Honestly, the one that I think that actually started it was Rashad Evans.
Probably.
Yeah.
That overhand right that Rashad Evans.
That's what I meant.
With.
Yeah, it wasn't Rampage. It was Rashad Evans. You're right.
Oh God, that you just kind of watched that and went, well, that's done for now.
Limp. Like,
yeah.
bye.
And I will always have a special place for Chuck Liddell in my heart, because what got me into UFC was watching him beat the fuck out of Tito Ortiz.
Oh yeah, that's a classic.
Well, that's because he's another sack of shit.
Understatement. Massive understatement. Anyway, we're sidebarring again, but
yeah. Sorry.
But point be, but again, and that's actually another good point though. When TJ brings up like, hey, just to pay for this fucking pay-per-view, you got to sign up for ESPN Plus just to buy the pay-per-view, and then it's like, wait a minute, so there's this pay-per-view over here, and now there's a Triller Fight Club, and what the fuck ever else. It's like, why can't you just make it easy for me to watch what I want? It's bad enough that you got to Google, you hear about a show you're interested in, like The Witcher, great show.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Like I fucking love Henry Cavill in that role. I can't wait for season 2. And it's like, where am I? Okay, it's Netflix. Okay, I got that. I'm good. Do I have to sign up for something else? No. Okay, fine, cool. But then you hear about all this cool content coming out, and you're like, well, do I have that?
I mean, you got to appreciate a man who goes full Christian Bale. with the voice on Witcher. I was like, okay, all right. He was taking his cues from which hey, again, great show. I am not knocking, the choice, but the first time he talks, you're kind of like, okay, I'm watching Batman Begins.
Yeah, kind of.
But no, I totally get it. So yeah, even with that, okay, so Hulu. So you can pay for Hulu. Like, okay, name any streaming service out there right now that you actually legitimately pay for that you have to watch ads.
Oh, that's why I never fucked with Hulu.
Because
that's fucking ridiculous.
The base level of Hulu that you're paying for,
you're still getting ads.
Still playing ads. You're like, wait a minute here.
Amazon, well, I mean, Prime Video, you still get ads for their fucking content.
Yeah, but that's usually at the beginning. It's almost like a trailer.
Yeah, no, you're right about that.
At the beginning of a show, where Hulu, like you're watching a show and they actually interrupt the show almost like you're watching it on cable.
Oh. You want to tell me it's the worst, and I don't know why I'm surprised by this, but so I don't know if either one of you have heard of Sling, but essentially,
heard of it.
It's a cable service that I use, especially around this time, football season, because it gives me ESPN and all that. And I'm a true crime guy, so I'm like, oh, let's see what they got on demand. The first 48, cool. And I'm like, it's on demand, should be no commercials. Boy, was I fucking wrong, because they just play ads where the commercials would be. And the worst part is they make them unskippable. I can't even fast forward.
Yeah, that's definitely something. That's where on-demand services went wrong.
Well, isn't there a thing too for Sling? You can't record, can you?
Yeah, there's a DVR.
Oh, is there? Oh, okay. I think like initially when it first came out, because I researched it like way back when, it's just an alternative to like cable TV.
Yeah.
And that must have been when they were still where you couldn't actually record. It was mainly just live TV.
Yeah.
So, that's cool.
Yeah, but I mean, if you're paying for something, that's why satellite radio is so fucking popular, because you don't got to deal with 8 minutes of commercials, 2 songs, and then 9 more minutes of fucking commercials.
Oh yeah.
So if you're paying for the service, that's where the revenue in theory should be. Stop. I don't care about the bright red bears that love to wipe their ass with Charmin. I don't anymore. If I'm paying for it, I don't want to see that shit.
But it's so cute to imagine a blue bear wiping his ass with
No, it's a red bear.
this. Isn't there? Wait, is there a blue bear? Or
There
Mine-
is.
am I hallucinating, or is there a
Is
blue
there-
bear?
I
There's
haven't
blue
seen a
and
blue
red.
one. I've only seen red.
Michael,
That must be a North thing.
Mike, hold on. My question is, why? Because number one, I don't know anybody that's going to see an ad for toilet paper and be like, I'm buying that because of this ad. Number two, if you're a toilet paper company, why are you still wasting money on ads after fucking you couldn't get the shit out fast enough last year?
That's a good point.
Like,
That's a great choice of words too. Let's be real. You're talking about a shortage of toilet paper and you can't get the shit out fast enough.
well,
Come on, applause.
Well, honestly, I'm still waiting for Cialis to ship me my bathtub so I
I
can
mean-
sit in a field in my bathtub.
right? Like,
Where's my bathtub?
but especially because toilet paper is one of those things. It's like everybody needs it. Like, people are just gonna not buy toilet paper. Everybody uses it.
No.
So-
See, this is the whole plan. Just so you guys are aware, this is where the world transitions to the 3 seashells from Demolition Man.
Yeah, I'm sure.
I honestly don't get the rationale behind hoarding toilet paper. Like, how much shitting do you do?
So, like when the fucking toilet paper shortage had gone on, I was still working for
The great shortage of 2020.
Oh, man,
Dude,
Let
all
me-
of 2020 was a shortage.
I'm gonna break out the
Oh, that's
toilet
okay. Yeah,
paper
I'll go with that.
shortage of 2020. So I was working for a master franchise for a janitorial company, and I remember calling my wife, going, I know everybody's hoarding and it's stupid, but if we don't go kind of hoard something, we're not going to have anything, right? And that was when, and TJ and I talked about this before. You go to the grocery store, and the pasta aisle was literally fucking empty.
Ugh.
It was depressing. And by the way, the only instant ramen that was left was shrimp. That tells you what the worst flavor is right there.
I always liked shrimp.
I'll say I like that one too, but yeah, it was kind of.
I like the picante shrimp. The hot one's pretty good, but you couldn't find toilet paper. So, I called some of our suppliers. I called the guy and I'm like, hey, are you having toilet paper problems like HEBs? He goes, nah, man, we got plenty. I'm like, set me a case aside right now. I'm on the way. And I told my boss, I'm like, how much is a case of toilet paper? I'll give you cash right now. And he goes, do they have some? I'm like, yeah. He goes, tell them to set one aside for me. I'm buying. So we fucking hauled ass over to supplier, got it for commercial, regular house roll size toilet paper. The case is 96 rolls.
Well, fuck yeah.
And I grabbed that motherfucker and threw it in the car so fast it wasn't funny. It was to the point like, I got toilet paper, I can shit for days. And Stephanie's like, shh, don't say that shit out loud. They'll come over to the house.
Well, see, but the thing that boggled my mind about the whole situation is because, like, I know the word lockdown can be intimidating because you kind of think of like prison, but I think the reason that people were hoarding toilet paper is because I legitimately believe this, that some people thought that lockdown meant there was going to be a police officer outside everybody's door. And if you tried to leave your house, you were going to get a gun pulled on you. And the officer would go, where the fuck are you going?
I think a lot of people believe that. That's why a lot of them, including me, were carrying around letters in our glove boxes that said, no, you're part of an essential workforce. You have to be out. I think a lot of people believe that. Maybe not to the degree that you describe, but I think people were worried, like, if I go outside, I'm going to get some kind of fucking ticket or something.
Well, I mean, you're talking to a guy that worked in the funeral industry, so I got to have a choice. I couldn't stop working, but when it all started to come into effect, they made us these cards, and it was laminated, and it said, essential employee, blah blah blah. And I looked at it, and I go, if I hand this to a cop, he's just gonna fucking laugh at me.
Especially where you live.
Like, I should send you guys a picture of this thing. Like, I'm pretty sure I still have it in my wallet. It's fucking a joke.
Does it look like it was made on PowerPoint by a 6-year-old?
Oh no, this is Microsoft Word here. I'm gonna
Okay.
I'm gonna take a picture and send it in the
It's
group
almost
text.
even worse.
like, no, I mean, this is the same company that doesn't use direct deposit because she doesn't understand it.
Oh God.
Oh wow.
Sorry.
The only saving grace I have anymore is the fact that you can take a picture of your check now and deposit it with your phone.
I'm sorry.
Oh,
I
hell.
know it's your friend's
at first-
family, but I know it's your friend's family, but
You are one pathetic loser.
Okay, I'm sending it now. You guys check this out.
Oh God, it's at the very beginning of where I'm working now.
Oh no, it's
Um,
expired. What am I gonna
yeah.
do?
I had a physical check. I had a physical check. At the time when I first started, I had no idea you could actually take a picture of your check. So for at least like the beginning of whatever, I'm actually like signing it and driving to the bank and doing it through the ATM. And then one of the coworkers I had did the old taking the picture of it. I'm like, wait a minute, you can do that?
oh my God, isn't that amazing? I mean,
Like,
again, we're sidebarring, but I don't care. So you know how
We
everybody
are the sidebar. Okay,
yeah.
just go.
Oh my God, I just got that picture. Are you fucking kidding me?
oh God. As a graphic designer, that is terrible.
Like now, do you see when they handed that to me?
Oh, good
Cops
Lord.
could be like,
And
you made this at home, fool.
I'm actually
That's
kind of
what-
sorry I'm drinking right now because I just threw up in my mouth. A little
Like,
bit.
yeah, like they handed me that. I'm like, what the fuck am I gonna do with this? This is gonna get me out of trouble.
For those listening at home, I mean, I don't even quite know how to describe this. It is it looks like I don't know, Jason, you're the graphic designer. It looks like a card project for 8th grade graphic design class that you didn't put any
well, I
that you
think-
were happy to settle for a C plus.
I think the technical term for it is fucking shit.
Yeah, I mean, this sounds about right.
Okay, wait, question.
What?
It says name Thomas Spore number 3. Who's Thomas Spore number 1 and 2?
Are you
No.
a clone?
That just means I'm third on the pecking order. Working my way up.
No, I agree, Jason. You're a clone.
Are we in Star Wars Episode 2: Attack of the Clones?
You shut up, nerd. You shut up.
You know, I don't take my orders from a clone.
It's great.
Okay.
You find the original Thomas. I might take his suggestion, but
There you go.
not two down the ladder.
The original Thomas was a bad motherfucker.
True
Well, see,
story.
that's exactly why I would take my cues from him.
Yeah, I fought in 3 wars. So
Well, then yeah.
yeah.
Oh, for so, you know, I somehow or another it had been almost predetermined before TJ was born that he was going to be known as TJ. It was what it was.
Do you know why that happened?
I was there. I don't remember the exact reason.
Because grandma on our father's side wanted to call me Tommy.
Yeah, that's what I was about to get into. They fought hard for at least a year. Everything they bought you was labeled Tommy. Tommy. And I believe at one point when you were old enough to respond to your name, they would try and call you Tommy and you wouldn't even respond to them. And then once would go TJ and you'd run over.
Mm-hmm. And to this day,
Like, I don't know who this fucking Tommy guy is, but
Well,
I'm going over here.
hold on, because to this day, I am so thankful that mom went to bat and held her ground on that. God bless that woman for that, because I love my name. I did have a phase in like 5th and 6th grade. We moved to Allen Park and new school, going to Cabrini, Catholic school, yay. But I went through a phase where you know what? I don't want to be TJ anymore. I'm going to be Tom. And I remember my sister, this is way back in the day. My sister, who was older, went to the same school at the time. I was sick one day. And so what we used to do when that happened is your sister would go to your classroom and get your homework for the day and bring it home with her. And Michaela shows up to pick up my homework and goes, I'm here for TJ's homework. Teacher looks at her and goes, who's TJ?
Yeah.
Well, at least you didn't actually decide in that time to, use like the last couple letters of your name to be like Omas or something. Kind of like when people who are named Christopher go by Topher or whatever.
Oh
That's so
God.
fucking weird to me.
You're like, oh, okay, that's a little strange. So I think from now on, I'm just going to call you Omas. Omas J.
Oh, there you go. There it
Omas
is.
Jr. Or wait. No. Ah,
Oh,
Come on,
that's-
I make the joke. I've heard it my whole life. What does TA stand for? Thomas Jefferson. You're a fucking comedian.
that's a terrible joke. Who the hell thought that shit up?
Like, no, you have no idea how many times I've heard that fucking joke.
Ah,
That's because of fuck, National Treasure, that Nicolas Cage movie.
Well,
'Cause
I'll
he's
just
named
say
after
this.
presidents.
like that's a shitty part. And then being born on April 3rd is another shitty part because I swear to God, one more person gives me an empty box for my birthday, I'm going to punch them.
April Fools.
Yeah, like it's funny. It's fucking hilarious. Been on this earth 35 years. You think you're the first person to do this to me?
Oh, even better. So one of the niece that I have from my marriage, we stayed in contact since everything happened. But she was an actual April Fool's baby. So it's like,
Oh, that
it's
poor
just-
child. That poor
it's
child.
just like the jokes.
That's right up there with people whose birthdays are literally February 29th. You're 4.
Oh yeah. Oh wait, what didn't Ryan Reynolds for the aviation gin? Didn't they do some joke ad? There was some woman who was born in a leap year where now that she's like legitimately like 90 something, but according to the actual calendar for leap year or whatever it was, she's 21 now.
I think they did. I think you're right.
Yeah, it was something like so. Yeah, I can only imagine. Well, and especially if your birthday's on April 3rd and they're doing it like a few days, come on. Now you're just stretching the joke out just because you want to make somebody feel like crap.
Well, it's not because I don't feel like crap. I mean, it's whatever. I don't expect presents on my birthday, so it doesn't bother me. But it's just like, if you want to do something like that, come at me original.
Yeah.
Because
Okay, yeah.
like
Yeah,
it like because I don't mind. Like I love a good prank, even if it's on me. I love a good prank. Like if I see somebody got good or I got good, it's one of my favorite things ever. So if you want to prank me, that's fine. Make it good though.
Original and good.
I
Like
can agree with that.
And do some pre-planning. Like I remember one year for April Fools, I swapped the sugar and the salt at the house, right? Because mom and dad were avid coffee drinkers and both wanted cream and sugar and all that. So I swapped out the sugar and the salt. They didn't realize it for fucking 4 days. Like,
Oh
you-
wow.
Okay.
Did you
No.
do this? I'm like,
No.
yeah, April Fools.
Okay. No. I have a better story. This has nothing to do with April Fools. But this is just how much my father did not fucking pay attention to what he was doing. So I am living back home, doing my thing. Obviously, Sean, you remember the house. It's not a huge house, but there's one central bathroom with a shower where everybody, kind of starts their day. So obviously that's where, everything is, toothbrushes, all that. And so for 4 days, it took him 4 days to realize. My dad comes out of the bathroom one day and goes, "Why is there Bengay in the toothpaste spot?" I don't fucking know.
Oh wow.
He goes, I've been brushing my teeth with it. I go, "You didn't fucking notice that was Bengay? You didn't put that in your mouth and go, something's off. There's no mint here. This tastes like the devil's asshole." Well, it's in the toothpaste spot. Open your fucking eyes, man.
Isn't that potentially from the same generation who like potentially washed. Oh, good God. Brush their teeth with baking soda?
Yes, 100%.
I
He
mean,
was born in
is-
1952.
I've never heard
is-
this story, and I'm
is
fucking
there
dying.
is there some kind of excuse there? I
In
I've
their
never put Ben Gay
defense-
in my mouth, so
in their defense, they were chain smokers of Cools. So it probably
Okay,
didn't taste
all
that
right.
different.
Well, no, come on. You can't, no. Like, I don't care. Like, your taste buds could be dead, just dead. You could have grave mouth. You could probably coat your fucking whole mouth in wax. But you're going to notice the difference between Crest and Bengay.
Yeah, you would think.
Like, especially like, because like, it's not like we had like Aquafresh where the toothpaste we bought was all white. It had like the cool blue look. So the second you fucking put it on your toothbrush, you should be like, wow, something's off. One, this don't look like toothpaste. So I probably shouldn't put this in my mouth, but not Dad. Dad just fucking, all right, fuck it.
How long was this
Wait,
afterwards?
This is 4 days. He did it for 4 days before he said something to me.
Wait, can we actually tie this into like the TikTok generation with like the Tide Pod things or whatever, and somehow convince some of your audience that brushing with Ben Gay is somehow better, or that it actually does something good, or that it actually
Oh.
works, or like
Hashtag Bengay challenge.
I don't know if I
What
want to be
is it? See,
responsible
there
for
you
starting
go.
this.
hashtag Ben Gay challenge. I like
I
that.
really don't know if I want to be responsible for starting this one.
All of a sudden, I do though. I don't know with today's day and age.
I'll take responsibility. Don't mean I'm gonna fucking do it.
I mean, come on.
Ugh.
You're talking about a generation that the Tide Pod challenge was a thing. Come on, the Ben Gay challenge. I mean,
Yeah.
do they really need that much of a push to actually try it?
Oh my no. No, they don't.
Well,
You're-
I mean, it's also the same generation that when COVID was just hitting, they started the lick the toilet seat challenge on an airplane.
Okay, no, I just threw up in my mouth a little bit. Thank
Oh
you.
God, I didn't know that was a thing. But oh,
Oh, you guys didn't see that?
Oh,
you missed out.
And at this
Or-
point, I wish I hadn't heard it.
Yeah, probably, but because now I have to know that, so do you.
as if I needed more reason to throw up in my mouth after looking at your name badge or whatever the hell that thing was.
I didn't design it, so
Well, nobody designed it.
Being booed. Oh my god. For the record, for the absolute fucking record, if you did the airplane, if you did any toilet seat challenge, this sound effect is for you.
the
I'm
only
not sure
people I
that's-
saw do it was like real young, and I just, no offense to young people out there, but if you're like around the age of like 18, 19, I kind of automatically assume you're a moron because I was a moron at that age.
I think we all were, to be
I was
honest.
gonna say, but yeah, that never changes. No matter the generation, that doesn't change.
Yeah, so, and those are the only people I saw doing it. And so I was like, okay. But I mean, these are also the same people that were out in Florida when fucking COVID just hit, going, if I get the Rona, bro, I get the Rona.
Ugh,
Oh well, yeah, true.
good God Almighty. Beat me up, Scotty. This planet sucks. Because you know what?
Yeah,
Because I
it's-
can't
it's-
find anything on streaming.
Awkward segue.
Awkward segue. Trying to reel it in. That's
I
the
seriously,
that's the sound effect I need. Reeling it back in. I'm gonna have to create that at some point.
I seriously,
hard to find.
I do seriously, after sharing that story about that kid in that car for like, I wish I had audio of him
Oh, God.
yelling awkward segue. It would
I-
fit so perfect. It would
it
fit so
would.
perfectly. But well,
We'll have to create one. We'll have
where
to
was
create
Where was Google Glass when that happened?
one. Exactly. God,
But
that's something else I'm like surprised isn't like out in the mass yet is Google Glass or Apple Glass or something like that.
No, because you look like a total douche if you wear them.
Like no
Agreed.
like anyone these days fucking cares. Have you looked at fashion lately?
Well, it's not even about fashion. Like especially you talk about out in masses, like, you see people with Fitbits and Apple Watches and all that. Those are fine because it's kind of subtle. They're designed well. They don't really look too much different from a normal watch unless you're comparing it to like a fucking Rolex.
Right.
Agreed.
So it just kind of fit in society nice. At a nice little place. Whereas like Google glasses, like it's gonna have like like a Google logo on the lens at the bottom, or like an Apple thing on the side.
Yeah.
And like the first people that get them, until they like actually catch on, which I don't know if they ever will, but the first people that get them, like you're gonna see them in a store and you're just gonna be like, douchebag. You're not even gonna be able to help it, but you're just douchebag.
Well, to start. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I love it. How about those douchebags?
And knowing Apple, you're probably going to need about $1,200 if you want to get nose pads for them.
Not the glasses themselves, just the nose pads.
Wait a minute. They're only charging $1,200 for those?
Yeah. This is, well, I mean, we
Is
had
that
to up
the
it
thing?
from the monitor stand from a little bit, you know, that $9.99 monitor stand, but we guarantee they're the super most comfortable ever.
Well, so okay, so the 1,200 would be for the base level. So if you're talking like full on like Corinthian leather, we're talking like 5,000, right?
No,
At
these are
least.
just no. These are just rubber nose pads.
Well, yeah, that's what I mean. Base level, that would
Yeah.
be 1,200.
Yeah, 1,200
But if you want memory foam,
or $7 a month.
or
How about that?
$7 a month,
How about that? We can find. We'll just put it on your bill. You ain't got to worry about it.
something
That
else
seems-
you forget that you're paying for.
As someone who routinely uses Apple products, that sounds pretty cheap for Apple to only be $7 a month. Because wouldn't there be some kind of like a big long thing from Tim Cook about something with user experience and quality and blah blah blah? But it's going to be. Hopefully, you don't have children because we're going to need one of them.
Well, no, I mean, I don't know if you read the fine print, but you're going to be paying for this for like 40 years. And most of it's going to be interest. So there's that. But it's only $7 a month.
Oh, what? And honestly, like the way that like all of this goes. Okay, so I had an iPhone. Something happened to it, so I had to go get a different one. So I went to the store. I went to T-Mobile to do the thing. The guy had such a weird look on his face when I said, "No, I just want to pay for the whole thing now."
Oh yeah, that you're
I-
like
I-
what?
It's like no, I just want to buy the phone now. I don't want to tack on another whatever plus interest onto my cell phone bill, which is already extra because of the last phone that I had to get. Because no, I just want to buy it. Oh, you want to buy it?
It's
Yes,
so
I want to buy it now.
fucking funny when you do that.
He's
Because
he's
people are, what?
no,
what?
he's grown-ups too. Tim, what's his face? What?
The same thing happened to me. Because next month they're coming out with a new Nintendo Switch, and I'm a fanboy, so I'm getting one. And so I showed up to GameStop, and I'm like, I want to pre-order a Nintendo Switch. And he's like, all right, you just need to put $50 down. And I'm like, no, let's just knock it all out right now. He just didn't know what to do with himself. Like, no, I have the money now. I just want to come in here when the day comes out and go, give me my Switch. And then you guys give me my Switch and I walk out that fucking door.
This
Oh, yeah,
could
exactly.
this could have been a whole episode on itself of how to confuse the customer service associate. Like, for example, and I've talked to TJ about this, and I think we've actually done it. But you want to screw with somebody, tell the attendant at drive-through that your order's to go.
I still
talked to
think
That doesn't
you
surprise me.
going through the drive-through backwards is better.
Oh no! So Jason doesn't even know this story. In high school, my best friend, he lives in Florida now. He owns a couple of towing companies. He's doing great. In sophomore year of high school, he had a 61 Cadillac was his car. So
Nice.
I'm dating myself, but if you've ever seen the In Excess poster where they're sitting in an old car with the green, it's green with fins. It was that car. It was the exact same car. We called it Sharky, obviously, for the fins. You want to screw with somebody, go through drive-through in reverse in a 61 Cadillac. They see those fins pull up like, what the fuck is this? That will screw with people's heads. Or tell them it's to go. I'm telling you, what? Not at the window, at the order point. Yeah, I want 2 Taco Supremes and a Coke, and that's to go. What? It's to go. Okay. What?
See, That's where I don't get confused. Like if I'm that worker, I'm going, yeah, you're in the drive-thru, dude.
Yeah, that's you and that's me. But
I
today,
mean-
come on. These are the same people that if your total is 305 and you give them $5 bill and a nickel, they look at you like, what the fuck am I supposed to do with this? I already typed it in.
Oh, then you jump the gun. I mean, it'll do the math for you. You don't have to do the math in your head. You realize that, right? It's not that hard. Just
Try it.
Give
That was,
Try
that was
it
one of the things
tomorrow.
I always found surprising.
just put five. Like I used to have this conversation with people that work for me when I was running a Jimmy John's. She's like, I don't know how much change to get back. I'm like,
my drawer's not going to balance. I'm going to be short.
No, it'll be fine. Just put in how much money they gave you, and it'll tell you how much money to give them back.
It's like you're standing in front of a calculator.
And this, especially at Jimmy John's. Like there wasn't like fancy computers like it was now. They were like old school push button registers. So it's like it's literally this thing is just a giant fucking calculator.
But it's so like, and especially if you give them like a couple of pennies so that you can get back a quarter or a dime as opposed to getting more fucking pennies back, because that's what everybody wants in their life is more fucking pennies.
Well, and I learned that real fast when I worked at HEB as a cashier. Like I wouldn't try to figure it out, like try to figure out what they're doing. I would just count the money they gave me and go, fucking, I'm putting this in. Let's see what happens. Let's see what they came up with. Oh, you get a quarterback. I see what you did there.
Exactly. But then if they've already typed it in, they're like, what do I do? What do I do?
Oh, believe me.
He's like, give me a quarter, douchebag.
What's going to happen to my life?
The quarters come out of your paycheck.
Ways to fuck with customer service these days. That actually should be an episode. I'm gonna have to write that down.
I can't condone that one. I've done that job for far too long.
Yeah, but
Well,
you've been on the receiving end, but you've also been on the giving end.
If you're going to write that down, can you actually just write my letter to Planet Fitness?
Right?
Can you hear me clicking the pen?
Like,
Okay.
I mean, Sean, I know you've watched some Friends. Jason, have you ever watched Friends?
Here and there, yes.
Here and there. You're telling me that story reminded me of an episode where Chandler and Ross are trying to quit their gym and they keep sending like the super hot trainer in there to change their mind. And by the end of it, they're both just sitting there crying, going, I want to quit the gym. I want to quit the gym.
Sounds about right.
I saw this thing the other day that TJ will appreciate because it was one of his ongoing jokes. It's actually a dog toy, but it was a couch, but emboldened on the couch, it said pivot.
Oh, there you go. Okay. That one I do remember.
By far my favorite moment.
Especially when we are trying to move out of that apartment into the fucking duplex.
Yeah, because I almost made you fuck up some of Stephanie's shit because I kept saying it.
Pivot.
Shut up! Shut up! Shut up!
Good time.
That is a very good moment. Now, which streaming service is that on right now?
I believe HBO.
That is on, at least the reunion was on HBO Max, right?
Yeah, because I'm pretty sure they opened up the pocketbook to get that one.
Oh,
I think
for
what
sure.
the first third of it's on Netflix, the second third of it's on Hulu, but only on the extended edition, and the third edition's probably on Peacock somewhere, right?
That sounds about right. I'm gonna have to hit Google to find out for sure.
Okay.
No, that I heard that one actually got moved. It's a Habit exclusive, so if you want to see it, you got to die.
That is the most logical step for like most of these services where you kind of go, well, I mean, you can sign up for it, but we're going to have to, it's almost like that machine in The Princess Bride where they're like,
Yeah.
well, we're going to have to drain about 5 years of your life off.
You must pay with a year of your life.
And how many people are going to go, okay,
I've just drained
I've
one
been eating
year of
time.
your life. Tell me
I've-
how you feel, and remember, this is for posterity.
Older and angrier.
No, remember, like, so, now think about this, right? Just to tie everything, is awkward segue back into it. think about the whoever has to deal with your final affairs, how hard it's going to be for them to cancel all your streaming services and your gym membership.
Well, by then it's like
Well,
it's
I hope to live to an age where I'm not gonna have a fucking gym membership.
Right.
Like I'm 35.
If you-
I don't have one now. I
if
don't.
you
I
do,
don't see
we
me
know
getting
why
one
you're
anytime
there.
soon.
If you,
I mean,
do,
by the
we
time
know
that
why
that
you're
happens,
there.
by the
Why
time
am I
that happens,
there?
we're all going to have microchips in our foreheads that we don't actually need a TV anyway.
Wait,
Oh, that,
what are
and
you
we
talking
won't
about?
need
We already
gym
got
membership.
microchips in us.
Oh, and we need gym
Oh, that's
membership
true.
because we'll have avatars.
That's true.
We won't leave the house.
God, what's that?
We'll get in our little pod.
It's like it's gonna be like that one Disney movie that I can't think of the name of, where it's like that they all get fat because all they do is sit in that big pod.
That's Wally.
Yeah, Wally. I thought so. I wasn't sure.
And since we're talking about movies, and again, bad segue, not on topic. I don't give a shit. Did y'all see the trailer that dropped today?
Oh, The Matrix.
Or-
The Matrix Resurrections.
oh yeah.
I'm intrigued.
I'm intrigued but skeptical.
I think that's fair. I mean, at least it's made by the same people that made the first three.
It was made by one of them, not both
One
of
of
them.
them. Yeah. Well, because the other one was
Well-
like, yeah, been there, done that. I'm done.
I'll just say this. I know a lot of people have big opinions on the Matrix as when they came out, it was like really right in my wheelhouse. I was like probably 13, 14 when the first one came out. So obviously it blew my fucking mind. I love all three of the movies, and I know people have, differing opinions on that, but I remember skipping school to go see the third one. So those movies will always hold a special place. So if they make a new one, I'm definitely going to see it.
I think the first one caught everybody off guard for what it was. They didn't reveal a lot in the trailer. They showed a couple of cool spots, and you, even though you enjoyed the movie, you still walked out of there going, "What the fuck is the Matrix again?" And then it went into your point. It goes in a couple different areas in the second and third. I liked them all. I think they were great. I'm interested to hear, since spoiler alert, Neo and Trinity died in the third one and they're back in this one. Definitely want to hear that one.
Yeah, I'm definitely intrigued. Well, and I would be one of the people who would go, okay, the first one was awesome
Yes.
because the first one had way more of an actual. You kind of had to like sit and go, oh, okay, so this is this. This is, it kind of made you think a little
did.
bit.
Yes.
Where
Oh, he did the back bend.
yeah, so the second and third ones were more of just like sci-fi, half kung fu, which
Yeah.
I still enjoyed them. I'm not going to knock them, but
Yeah.
I like the first one more than I like the other two. But I'm intrigued
Agreed.
enough. If they have a good enough story, oh yeah, definitely. I mean, it's not like I'm going to skip this new one because no, I think they were all good for their time. Again, like the first one better, but
Yeah.
definitely caught my attention enough to go, all right.
And I think again that first one just caught everybody off guard, and it was a cool
Yeah.
take, and the bullet time technology was brand new and doing crazy shit with green screen that hadn't been done before, and it was like, whoa, that was really freaking cool.
Yeah.
And I think for any sequel, and I don't give a shit if you're talking Matrix, if you're talking Star Wars, Star Trek, Marvel movies, whatever, it's just almost impossible to grab your attention the way the first one does, because now you've got preset expectations when you walk into a sequel.
Oh yeah, very, very true.
See, but I didn't, because I was still a dumb kid. So I didn't I feel like the older you get, the more critical you are of stuff you watch and try to enjoy. Whereas like I was a kid walking in there like wide-eyed because I saw the first one and it obviously blew my mind. So cool. Second one, I was like, give me more of that. And they did. So I was like,
Yeah.
this is fucking awesome.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I think the best part about the second one was really how Neo had embraced being the one and all the different shit that he pulled off in that movie.
Mhm.
They did some really cool shit, and I know everyone got excited because they added, sword play and all the other shit in there. But yeah, I mean, most people would say that the third's the weakest one out of them all. I liked them all. One definitely being the best, but yeah, I'm with you there.
Yeah, I would agree with that. Yeah. The first one caught enough of your attention that. Yeah, the third one, I liked it, but I didn't like it as much as the first one.
Yeah, I
But-
mean,
but
the
it-
first one's the best. It's the original.
Yeah, just so far out of left field. It's like, wait a minute, that was fucking cool.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, that one. I'm interested to see what they do with that one. We'll see what happens at Christmas time, but
Well, we'll see. And weirdly enough, as it ties into the overall episode that we keep segueing out of, but at the end of the trailer, it's going to be on HBO Max.
yeah, that's
Well, thank God I'm already paying for that, because now at least I can see a new movie, since I can't see new episodes of Rick and Morty, you sons of bitches.
right. For me, it was always
So
it was not necessarily Rick and Morty, but for me that I was hooked on and I'm way behind on was Archer.
Oh yeah.
Archer was just so good.
I've heard great things.
Oh.
Go back and watch like the first 4 seasons. They're great. You will
I-
love them.
Okay.
I
Okay.
just turned my best friend onto that show, and he cannot get enough.
It is. I mean, 80s kind of 80s themed, goofy, not quite wannabe James Bondish type stuff. That's completely inappropriate. It's at least the
It's-
first 4 seasons are great.
It's fucking hilarious. It has I can't remember his name. The guy that voices Archer is also the same guy that voices the guy from Bob's Burgers.
That's
yeah, yeah.
H. John Benjamin.
H. John Benjamin, that's what it is. And then
It's got Chris
Parnell.
Chris Parnell from
Is,
Saturday Night Live. Is Cyril
and then
Figgis.
Cyril, and then Lana is, I can't remember her
Aisha
name.
Tyler.
She hosts Whose Line Is It?
Aisha Tyler.
Yeah, but it's brilliantly done.
The writing's great.
It
It really is.
she's not around anymore, which is a bummer. But
Jessica
the
Walter.
chick that voiced, yeah, she voiced. She was on Arrested Development. She voiced the Archer's mother.
So Archer's mother, who also happens to be the head of the spy agency. So he's working for his mom. It's funny.
Mama's boy.
Like, if you get a chance, check it out.
Oh,
Yeah.
like I said, I have heard great things. I will admit I have not actually watched an episode, but I have always been very intrigued by it.
So I don't know where here hit the Google because I don't know where the fuck to find it. It was on Netflix at one point. It was on
Yeah.
Amazon at another point. So you better fucking hit Google because I'm betting since it was okay. Wait, was it originally on FX or was
Yes.
it on USA?
Yes.
No, FX. FX.
FX.
Okay, so
I do know that.
does FX have its own fucking streaming service now?
Probably.
Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. Well, that would kind of almost like tie in with the same thing. So, I mean, one of the things I was going to bring up earlier was it's only weirder when like starting up the Fire Stick. So I got one of those to kind of like have all of my services in one spot because like the web OS on the TV doesn't do, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
I legitimately had one of those moments, and this was recent, where you like started up the thing, you're kind of scrolling, and there was like it like suggests apps like, hey,
Yeah.
YouTube or blah blah blah, whatever else. And there was like 2 different streaming services. I don't remember their names because I looked down and went, the fuck are those?
Oh.
Like I had to look them up to go like, oh, well, this is some kind of streaming service for this or something. And I'm like, wait a minute. Like, okay, there's Discovery Plus, there's all the. I'm like, what the fuck are these other 2? Like, where do these keep popping up? Like Peacock and like some of the other ones. Okay, if it's an overall studio like
Yeah.
NBC, ABC, whatever it is,
Makes
Okay.
sense.
Makes sense that they have a lot of goddamn content to be able to actually put something together.
Oh yeah.
But when it's like some weird acronym where you kind of go, wait, what's like, well, like, even if you consider like some of the names of some of the ones now, so like Hulu, the hell did that come from?
Like, I totally agree with you because like you guys were talking about your TV remotes and your fancy buttons. I have a TCL, which I know is a kind of a budget TV, but it's huge and it does the job.
I was gonna say, does it work and do the job it's
Yeah.
supposed to?
Yeah.
Well, then there you go.
I
That's all you
fucking
need.
love it. But I have the same thing. It's a Roku TV, which is really nice to have. But on my remote, I have Netflix, makes sense. Disney Plus. So they've updated this, obviously. Hulu. What's the fourth button? Voodoo. And maybe I just haven't heard about it. Who the
Yeah.
fuck is using Voodoo?
Well, isn't Voodoo now Movies Anywhere?
I don't know. Never pressed it. Probably never
all
will.
all we're doing is proving our fucking point.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Because for the longest time, when you bought a DVD and got the digital version, it included a download, and it was I think most of the time it was Voodoo, whatever. But then it transitioned to Movies Anywhere.
Well, that might be true because actually Lynn, my girlfriend, actually does use Voodoo for movies that she owned. So maybe that actually is the digital copy of said movie,
Yeah, so
which,
like,
which
they
only
even-
makes it
Go ahead.
it only makes it weirder because that wasn't what like popped up on my Fire Stick. I don't even remember what it was. It was like something with like a Q or something with it. Like it was a word kind of go
Quibi?
like, yes.
Yeah,
Oh,
I've seen
yeah.
that.
I'm like,
Quibi.
I'm like, what the hell is that?
So
Yeah.
I bought a TV earlier in the year to use as my computer monitor for work because it's cheaper than buying an actual fucking monitor, right?
Oh, yeah,
yes,
and that
it is.
they were fucking impossible, almost impossible to find.
And it's a Toshiba Amazon Fire TV,
Mm-hmm.
right? So the remote has 4 buttons. It has even more buttons than my other one. It has Prime Video, Netflix, Hulu, and one we haven't even talked about, IMDb TV.
Oh yeah.
Nobody,
See,
like, nobody's going there to watch shit. Like, you
I've
got to
never
be
clicked on
so fucking bored to be like, let's check out IMBD, whatever the fuck TV.
honestly, the only time I have ever used that is because I'm already on
It's a
Prime.
suggested
whatever.
suggested channel on Amazon Prime, right?
Yeah,
That's-
yeah.
Uh-huh.
Like occasionally, if you click like a movie or something, it'll go, "Hey, watch for free on IMDb TV," and I'm like, "Oh, okay." Other than that, no, I have never intentionally gone to that. It's only because it was suggested to watch. Like if I looked up a movie and went, "Hey, I want to watch that tonight."
I wonder if we hit Google right now, if you can buy a remote that just has the streaming service buttons on them, like all of them.
Mm.
That'd be hilarious.
TJ's typing. I can hear him. He's looking right now. But like seriously, you know how
Yeah, you got a mouthful of White Claw.
you used to have to go buy a universal remote, like because you had a different one for the TV, a different one for the cable box, and different one for your surround sound. And you're like, oh, universal remote. All you gotta do is program it. There's gotta be one out there that's got nothing but fucking streaming service access buttons.
God, this thing's a monster.
Oh no.
Take a picture and send it over. I gotta fucking
It's,
see
Oh,
this.
no.
Okay, hang on.
Reaction live here on the fucking podcast.
Oh no. I'm
All right,
terrified.
I'm
now.
gonna put it in the Zoom chat.
Oh,
It's an Amazon link.
all right.
Look, you guys got to see that. I mean, it's old as shit because it's still got HBO Now on it.
Oh,
but
Jesus.
It's called a replacement remote. That thing's a monster.
Roku channel, Disney Plus, Hulu, YouTube, Vudu, ESPN Plus, Sling, Spotify, HBO Now, and some other now. And
Now.
Netflix and Prime Video up top.
Up top. Yeah, don't forget about
good
that.
Lord.
Are you looking at this thing?
Oh yes, I am.
Like, see, like honestly, because I don't ever really use the 4 buttons on my remote, so I kind of hate them because they're only accidental presses, and it's usually when I'm in the middle of something. So that thing is like my nightmare.
Things. Replacement remote control for all Roku TV brands: Hisense, TCL, Sharp, Insignia, ONN. Da, 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 da. Oh my God! Replaces 8 different remotes.
No setup needed. I highly doubt that.
Oh my God! I almost want to believe this is a joke.
No, it's not, because all I did was Google streaming service button remote,
Wow.
and that's
Oh,
what
that
came up.
That is hilarious.
Oh, God bless the internet.
I was kidding. I thought there was no fucking way that was out there.
Oh, 100%.
Well, but it kind of goes back to the same thing we've been talking about, where it's just one more money grab.
Oh, God, yeah.
Oh yeah. Think of the licensing alone just to put the fucking logos on the little buttons.
Shit, those companies probably paid fucking Roku be like, put a button on your remote.
Right?
That's a good point. Hey, that's a good point.
Backdoor deals, I'm telling you. Oh, so at the end of the day, fucking annoying. What the hell? 47,000 streaming services, all charging you at least $5.99 a month.
Oh, there'll
And
be
you wind-
48,000 tomorrow.
and you wind up spending more than your original point of getting rid of cable and going to streaming, which was to lower your bill. But you don't realize it because you never see the money come out of your account. It just happens automatically.
Well, and it's in smaller increments.
Right?
You
Well,
tend to
that's
not
like-
know,
that's
tend to
how
not
they get
notice
you.
as much.
That's how they get you. $5.99, they won't notice that.
Because you don't.
Like, there are people out there paying for Netflix that have no idea they're still paying for Netflix.
Oh, absolutely.
guaranteed.
Probably haven't used it in
Guaranteed.
2 years.
Agreed.
Guaranteed.
It's like right up there. My old boss had a huge problem with the buying additional cloud storage from Apple. The 99 cents a month or whatever it is for, I don't, what is it, 5 gigs, 50 gigs of cloud storage.
Whatever.
He's like, how much money do you think they're making off of that? And I'm like, a lot. And
Mhm.
how much do you think it cost them? Not a fucking thing.
Oh,
Oh,
definitely.
no. That's black. That ain't red. That's for damn sure.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yep, definitely what the hell moment.
True.
Any closing comments before we close out the episode? Jason's got to get ready for his anniversary weekend. Congratulations. Have a great fucking time, by the way.
Thank you. Thank you. We will be, as far as I know, like a tiny bit away from civilization-ish, which is perfectly fine with me.
Just make sure you have enough toilet paper.
Oh no. We definitely went to the store to buy at least like 6 cases just for the weekend.
So to really bring this one back around, since Sean threw you under the bus at the beginning of the episode, I'm gonna throw you under the bus at the end of the episode.
You fuck.
I don't get what you have to get ready for to go sit on your ass for a weekend.
Actually, neither do I. I'm just kind of that was taking cues from her. Like, we got to do this. We got to do that. I'm like, okay, that's
Yeah, it's like fretting over the house. It's like someone family comes over, like they're coming to see us, not the house. Everything's got to be perfect.
Well, actually, and now that I think about it, I would actually have to say, oddly enough, like the most stressful, like just to go on a camping trip. So this would have been like years ago, even to go on a camping trip, the amount of prep just to kind of go like, okay, so do we have this? Do we have this? Are we going to pack this? Do we have to pack that? Food as opposed to clothes, as opposed to this. And wait, did we remember the chairs? Wait, do we have a fire pit? Wait, do we have like, it was always so weird to me. Like even the same thing for like mom and dad. Like mom and dad go to Geneva on the Lake, which is northern Ohio, right on Lake Erie. But the amount of kind of going organization to go clothes, toiletries, blankets, pillows, anything for dirty laundry, anything for food, anything. You're kind of like, wait a minute, weren't we were going on a trip, weren't we? Why am I like packing half my life away so no, I it's kind of the same thing where I'm kind of like, yeah, I realize we're going on an anniversary trip to, again, I have no idea where we're going. I've heard it's glamping, but I don't know where it is. It kind of goes along with the same thing back when I was married, when I would go on trips where people would go, hey, where are you going? And I'm like, I don't know.
She's taking you somewhere where they'll never
I'm like,
find the body.
I'm like, I'm just waiting for her to tell me what airport I have to drive to.
Like,
So it's kind of the same thing this time where I'm kind of like, I don't know where we're going. I'm just going to hop in the Jeep and we're going to drive.
yeah, like to me, the people that like want to pack half their life up when they go on vacation, like, because you always see them going through the airport. It's that chick with like 14 fucking suitcases. And
Oh yeah.
and you're like, you're it's 3 days. How much shit do you need?
And most of the time, you're not that far from a store.
Yeah, like
to
that's
have
my
the shit you
mentality.
need.
Like if I forget it, I'll go pick it up while I'm there. But those type of people are the same type of people. It's like that. Like you've seen it in the movies a million times. It's the dad when they're on vacation that gets mad when everybody's not having fun all the time.
You will
Like-
have fun now.
Like, yeah, it's
Oh, yeah.
well, people that are like that, I look at them and I'm like, congratulations, you completely just sucked the fun out of this.
You ruin the whole thing.
Oh no, I would have to be a big proponent of the fact that, yeah, I would be very similar to, I would, which I don't know the amount of prep we're doing. I don't think it's a lot for tonight. It's mainly just grabbing a few things and packing some clothes. So not nearly as much as like past camping trips and like stuff like that. But
I wasn't
I-
talking about you, Jason. I was just trying to bust your balls. That's all.
You need-
no.
You need three things.
Like I don't appreciate that. Come on now.
You need three things. I'm just going to make it simple. Do you have clothes? Do you?
Yeah.
Okay.
They're here somewhere.
Do you have food?
Well, I mean, if not, then I'll stop and get some Ritz bits.
Do you have beer?
There's got to be some rabbits around somewhere.
Do you
Well, see,
have,
there-
do you have alcohol?
Yeah, that's exactly the point of buying $260 worth of alcohol that was shipped to me about a week ago, because I was like, no, yeah, if we're gonna go,
Sounds like a great weekend. We're good.
You gotta tell you pack the car, you gotta go back inside and go, honey, we don't have room for the suitcases.
actually, honest to God, driving a Jeep Wrangler, that's not too far off.
Right. Well, in that case, you just need to eliminate clothes. Take a shower. You said you're gonna be far from civilization. You're gonna wind up streaking. You'll be all right.
Well, I mean, come on, let's be honest.
It's a good point.
It's an anniversary weekend.
Oh, here we go.
That's true.
I'm actually surprised he didn't finish that statement with.
Well, I just want to make sure you guys, I'm not trying to piss anybody off, but it's an anniversary week. We all know what goes down on an anniversary weekend, especially if you are going to be in a secluded place.
We're going to watch a lot of streaming services and read books.
Yeah. What are you guys going to do? We're going up there to read the Bible.
Oh, that's shit. Damn it. I gotta check and actually see if my King James version was delivered today.
You're
I
one of
hope I
those
got enough
guys.
signal to stream my Handmaid's Tale.
You're one of those guys that gets a hooker and takes her to a hotel room and gets in the room, opens up that nightstand and turns the Bible over so Jesus doesn't see what you're doing.
Well, yeah, everybody knows that the front-facing camera is on the front. You have to flip it over.
It's like the movie trope of like being in the hotel and they're about to have sex and like they look at the nightstand, there's a picture of Jesus and they put it down.
Oh God!
Well, yeah, exactly.
You want to talk about off the rails? Jesus!
Well,
Wait,
I
are
mean,
we
if
talking
we're-
about off the rails, Jesus? Off the rails, Jesus.
Alrighty then. Wow.
I wish I had the money to license Crazy Train for this fucking podcast.
Seriously.
Going off the rails on a crazy train. That's what this is.
We'll just have Sean sing it.
Show me.
You can still get DMCA'd.
That's TJ's line.
That's Family Guy's line. It just fucking made me laugh.
Show me potato salad.
Ding.
No, because you don't even know. Like, can I ever show you the actual clip of that?
No.
It's like they're driving through an apocalypse and he gets stopped. And like you think it's gonna be like this big confrontation, but he ends up like turning into like a Family Feud question. And Peter says potato salad. And he just turns around and goes, "Show me potato salad." And he's just pointing at the sky.
Oh yeah, then there's just silence and they all like
Yeah.
back up and get into the car.
Yep.
And which streaming service would I find that on?
Fuck if I
Well,
know.
well, half of it's on Hulu, but only the middle half. The first third is only available on Netflix after probably the middle of October. After that, it'll be transferred over to Peacock. But once it's done on Peacock, you might have to actually sign up for ESPN Plus to license it through the UFC to watch it on a Prime Video channel.
But
And
only on
Well-
the third Thursday.
Well, here's what I
1
heard
p.m.
though. Like, if you want to watch the current season, you kind of have to do like the sandbag fucking amulet thing in Temple of Doom and run out through the giant rock.
that's going to be the next step to be able to sign up for a streaming service.
No, that not to sign up, to cancel.
Oh, to cancel. Oh, what? Oh, God. Yeah, to cancel.
Dun, 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 dun.
How's that letter to Planet Fitness going, Sean?
This belongs in a museum.
I don't know. That was your letter to Planet Fitness. I'm not dumb enough to.
Yeah, but you're the one who clicked the pen. You were writing it.
Yeah, I heard you agreed to write it.
I clicked the pen.
I'm
to
throwing it out
write-
there.
Oh,
See?
I thought you wanted me to write that down as a story for later on, not to actually
No,
write the letter.
No, that's right. I mean, I understood it.
Oh yeah, no, that's fully
So-
penning the letter.
If I would have to, right now, if we are going to do that, I'd have to steal the thank you note writing music from Jimmy Fallon.
Don't do that.
Dear Planet Fitness, my brother Jason is an idiot. He moved all the way across the country and forgot to cancel his membership.
No,
Would you-
no.
I
You're
didn't forget.
going about this all wrong.
Okay.
Like, especially like I'm writing this from your perspective, right? Dear Planet Fitness, I'm Jason's big brother. I'm ripped as shit. Come at me, scrub lords. If you don't cancel my brother's gym membership, I will fuck your gym up. Heart Sean.
Where the fuck did Scrub Lords come from?
I don't know. But
You don't want to mess with this
like,
family.
you got to talk to them like they're meatheads. You got to talk to them like
Well, that-
meatheads.
That's true. That is very true.
Maybe you should write the letter, TJ, while doing your Hulk Hogan impersonation.
Well, I just writ the letter for you.
That's true. Why weren't you in?
Like, if
Why
you
weren't you actually writing while TJ was
if,
talking?
if you want to go back and
I was
listen
too
to the
busy laughing.
podcast and type that out and shoot Jason an email, you're more than welcome to.
Dear Planet Fitness, let me tell you something, brother.
Oh man,
What
If
you
you're
gonna
going to
do?
email me, do it through one of my streams.
dude.
Do it through one of my streaming service emails.
What you gonna do when all the
I
Scrub
have-
Lords come
I-
for you?
I have two different reactions when I watch that fucking video. One, I either get super proud of it, or I look at myself and I go, "What the fuck were you thinking?"
We were bored, and Jason has no idea what we're talking about. I'm gonna have to send him the link.
Go ahead. I don't.
Oh, yeah.
fucking
Okay.
care.
So it's we had nothing going on, and one of TJ and I's favorite things to do was beat up Ryland with sock'em boppers. You remember sock'em boppers?
Oh, of course.
Mm.
In our opinion, one of the greatest inventions ever.
But also one of the worst because they deflated so fast. So you'd land that one that was a little too hard, and you're like, "Oh fuck, I'm sorry."
So the little cameras that were doing video and all that, and I'd just make goofy little videos, and Ryland would play along, and we had bought some sock'em boppers, and we would I'd get one, TJ would get the other, we'd regularly just beat up on Ryland, and Ryland would think it was great because it didn't really hurt. So in my movie making lack of genius, I decided that we were going to shoot a mini movie featuring a sock and bopper boxing league, pitting TJ against a 10-year-old Rylan.
Yeah, he was super young. And keep in mind before you see this that this was edited in like I think it was Windows Movie Maker.
Oh yeah, it was
So
totally
like
Media Player.
like don't expect this to be like super well done. I mean, I'm not trying to shit on your editing, Sean, but
It was what it was back
like,
then.
yeah, I mean, it was what it was. We were just having fun. And I remember
Here we go.
I remember because like we both have like opening interviews, and he did the one with Rylan, and he's like, you know what you want to do? And I was like, I'm gonna surprise you.
And would
Yeah.
not tell me.
I wouldn't tell him. I was like, just come in, say action, and I'll go. So he comes in and says action, and I go, and I'm surprised we got it in one take, but I'm very surprised because by the end of it, Sean was like fucking damn near shaking, trying to hold his arm steady because he was laughing at me so much.
And I was
Yeah,
crying.
Nice.
And I was crying hard. Oh, it was so good.
Oh, I'm looking forward to seeing this now.
And yeah, it was edited in Windows
I mean,
Movie Maker and all that.
I'll just put this out there. After we end this podcast, like if you want to watch it real fast and do a live reaction, I would fucking love it.
Yeah, but it's like 10 minutes. Geez, where I know.
I mean, I'm just saying if he has the time.
And I think I could work that in at some point.
I'm gonna have to. I know it's on my fucking Facebook somewhere.
No, I can find it. I found it before. I can find it again.
I don't think we had it on YouTube, did we?
Yes, we did.
Shut up. Oh, I know. Okay, let me go. I'm gonna.
Oh, then yes, I am very intrigued.
I know it's on. I know it's on my
Nope, not
Facebook. I
that.
just don't know where. Hold on.
Not that.
Videos.
Not you.
Where's the Jeopardy music when you need it?
Seriously. Yeah, we should have thought this out.
You know
a lot
what?
better.
I know what to do.
Did you upload it to your YouTube channel? Back in the day?
No. The only thing I have on my YouTube channel is the Orange Frijoles Everlong.
Also a classic. There's a whole story behind that one, Jason.
No, don't. Come on, suggest me.
Where the hell did I put that? I will find out someday. You probably won't have time to do it.
Yeah, probably not.
Do it now.
I thought it'd be
And-
easier to find.
Well, I thought it'd be in like my video
definitely
section on my Facebook, but it's not there. That's just
Oh, no,
like,
send-
the videos I went
send-
live on.
What's your YouTube name?
I know it's not on. Wait a minute. Hold on. Go to my YouTube here. It's not on the what the hell one. Oh, what's
No.
the other one?
What was your old one?
I fucking don't remember. Hold on.
Do you remember what we called it?
Yeah, it's called the championship match. I know that. Hold on here. I know where I think I know where I can find it. Charge. So anyway, while we're looking, just to give you the background, we decide that we're going to do this, and TJ comes up with this just off the freaking top of his head. I'm trying to shoot this and not ruin the whole thing by laughing my ass off while he's doing it, because it was fucking hilarious. And then we clear out what was already a small living room and just proceed to let them box with these sock and boppers.
It was a
Good
work though.
Lord.
It was a work. Like we weren't like. I don't want you to think I was sitting there beating the shit out of my 10-year-old nephew.
You both got some good shots in, but then I made it through Windows Media Player and a couple slow-mo shots. And there's one where TJ actually Rylan punches him, and because it's in slow-mo, TJ's jaw moves.
Oh, nice.
So it was pretty good.
I know how to sell a punch.
All right. I'll tell you what, we're going to do this continuing on the Zoom, but off the podcast. So anything to say to the people in closing on the podcast?
Be good to each other, people.
I second what TJ said because I got nothing.
Exactly. You heard the people. Be good to the people. See
Be
you
good
next.
to the people.